Hey, hey, hey. I guess I'm going live on two things right now. It's been a little bit on TikTok, but I've been trying to post more. I have been trying to do a host of things. Um, so yeah. Today I am doing a presentation, but I guess I'm just gonna speak to you guys and then I'm recording right here. Um, but I'm gonna do presentation on Unbreakable Voices breakthrough. So pretty much, um, I'm going to on this, I'm hoping to share my screen. This is my presentation on Unbreakable Voices breakthrough. Um, my name is Gardite Fougy, and I am founder of Unbreakable Voices. I'm going to let you know a little bit more. Um, So let me put this on presentation mode here. You guys probably won't be able to see, but I'm going to at least speak it out. Welcome to everybody. I'm super happy that you guys were able to make it. Um, Excited to see you guys. Um, this is Tuesday, so I'm gonna say happy Tuesday to everybody. For y'all don't know, it's Mental Health Awareness Month, and in light of Mental Health Awareness Month and what Unbreakable Voices is all about, I want to do this presentation that talks more about mental health, more about Unbreakable Voices and what we do. So, again, I'm have a Zoom that's currently active. There's a Zoom link that you can get on if you want to see the presentation, um, but I will be speaking. So Unbreakable Voices Breakthrough. So introductions. So welcome. Thank you for joining today's webinar. I'm Gardite Fougy, founder. This platform was birthed through personal pain, faith, and purpose. Today, we're diving into how you can advocate for your family, navigate the mental health system, and prevent burnout through tools, strategies, and God's guidance. So, on today's agenda, we will be talking about the story behind Unbreakable Voices, advocacy tools and techniques, navigating the mental health system, local resources in New England, my course and coaching opportunities, and staying connected. So, here we go. Oop. Okay, so how it all began. Um, the birth of Unbreakable Voices. Unbreakable Voices was birthed through personal storms. As a mother of three kids with different diagnoses, ASD or autism spectrum disorder, ADHD, social anxiety, and learning disabilities. I faced moments of despair, SI thoughts, and a system that felt impossible to navigate, but God had a plan. Um, Key moments navigating IEPs or individual education plans, um, DCF involvement, and misdiagnoses. Um, my personal journey was with depression and spiritual breakthrough, the divine calling to help others walk through the same path with support. Today, Unbreakable Voices is a testimony that families can be restored um, and brokenness can be healed. Bear with me. There we go. Our mission and who we serve. Our mission to empower families, caregivers, and youth by providing tools, faith-based support, and advocacy to navigate the mental health and life challenges. Who we serve, caregivers, navigating systems such as DMH or Department of Mental Health, DCF, DDS, in the school system. Youth, young adults struggling with identity, trauma, and mental health. Churches, communities, organizations supporting families, advocates looking for guidance and encouragement. We believe in supporting the whole person, emotionally, spiritually, and practically, and we are the voice for those who feel voiceless. Understanding the system. So, key systems to know, um, IEPs and 504 plans, school-based supports, DMH, Department of Mental Health. So IEPs are individual education plans. That's something that you need to, in order to get one of these plans, one or the other. Um, it's something that there needs to be an evaluation done. Um, and yeah, so there has to be an evaluation done, typically through the school system, or maybe even a doctor's office, to determine whether or not they are in need of your child, um, is in need of an individual education plan or 504 plan. DMH, Department of Mental Health, they service youth and adults that struggle with some kind of mental health diagnoses. DDS, or Department of Developmental Services, help um, kids as well as adults that have um, typically um, issues like cognitively, um, um, maybe even a lower IQ. So they help and they have services that and they service families around that. DCF, which a lot of people know as Department of Children and Families, they um have been around for a while and they help um families that and help or actually they're there to serve the child, specifically and advocate for children, but they help families either put a child that is in a home that where they are no longer able to be get cared for, or there's some neglect there. They put them in either foster family and or maybe a natural family, whether it be aunts, uncles, you name it, that are in a position to better care for that child or person. Um, CBHCs, community behavioral health centers, they just started. It's been maybe about a little over 2 years, maybe about almost going on 2.5 years that they've been open here, specifically in Massachusetts. Um, and they are like a one-stop center where you can go get an evaluation. Um, you can find resources, get connected quickly to like outpatients and recommendations. So you can get kind of instead of have being on these extravagantly long wait lists, which there is long wait lists, you can get more of a direct care. So if there's like more of a crisis going on, you can get more direct care through these centers are around. Family Resource Center. I mean, they're local hubs, and they usually help around the school system. Um, and they probably can connect you to one of those or maybe recommend. Um, So pro tip, right? Always ask questions, take notes, and keep a binder of records. I know, not everybody likes paper. I do like to still write with a pen and paper. Um, I still like to write. Um, but even if you're taking notes on your phone or have it backed up somewhere, but it's good to keep records, emails, text messages. They all are submissible to court. So that's stuff you always want to keep records of. So that way, if anything was to come up, you can bring that up. Prevention and early support. Don't wait for a breakdown to build support, right? Don't wait until everything is like completely falling apart and that's when you're looking for support. If you see any little thing going on, you want to reach out to your support system. Prevention is protection. Um, or what I would usually call it is like prep, 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 or preview, preview, preview. That's what I definitely do with yourself, with the kids. Um, Always see how you could be preventative. That's always the way to go. Um, and you find that that's coupled, and that's one of your go-tos, and almost your best friend almost in a way, because you're going to be able to kind of prevent a lot of things from happening if you prepare. And I'll get into that in a second. So let me give you some preventative. So how do you prevent crisis? Teach emotional language early. Um, like for me, I with my children, I was very honest with them, very, very honest as far as what things are called, um, you know, what, where they need to be, and who who's allowed, who's not allowed. So I made sure to let them know what, stranger danger, all that was, when they were little, so they knew what to, and if anything, to come to a trusted adult. That's something that you teach as soon as possible. Um, let's see, build routines and structure, super important. And I know it's not easy because when there's so many transitions going on, it makes it really, really difficult. But yeah, definitely transitions. Um, Building routine and structure is definitely key. Um, Introduce therapy or mentoring before it gets really bad. Now, of course, when you're looking in particular for a therapist or a mentor or someone, definitely, say this is what the needs are and this is what you're kind of looking for in ordering to be able to get someone that's more of a better fit. But that's not always going to happen, but do the very best you can as far as getting that. Um, Prioritize your own mental health. Like, obviously, everybody always says self-care, 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 self-care. Um, and it is super important to figure out how to put it built in little breaks throughout the day in order for you to be able to maintain and, be able to support yourself and your children. It's very important to prioritize, and realize what you need, so that way you're able to support your kids. And one thing that has always helped me is Christ Jesus, is God. Leaning and depending on Him has been absolutely key to why um, me and my children are doing so well now. Um, but signs to watch in children: um, change in sleep or appetite, withdrawn behavior. So things that they like to do before, they don't like to do it anymore. They isolate, things like that. Aggression or excessive fear, or academic regression. I think that's a huge one, especially the pandemic. That was a huge example of so many children regressed, um, and even us as parents and caregivers regress too, because here it is that we have to support them, but we're trying to support ourselves, and we barely have the capacity to support ourselves. So yeah. Um, and let's see. So when we act early, we save time, energy, and hearts. Okay, advocacy and action tools and techniques. Um, Powerful tools for parent advocates. Advocacy binder. Super important to have one. It's easy to make. Maybe that's something that we can go over at some point. Organize the IEP. Um, so every 3 years, um, an evaluation done. That every year they update the IEP, but the evaluation or assessment is done every 3 years. Um, Doctor's notes, reports. Let's say there's incident reports, whether in school or elsewhere. You can keep documentation of it, so that way you can bring it back to the doctor. and have a discussion, or email templates, clear, respectful communication. Super important, because if when you're talking about team building a team and community, if you are yelling or angry, nobody nobody's going to really listen. So there has to be a certain way that you talk to people. They say you get um more bees with honey, right? So let's definitely do that. Top advocacy tips. Um excuse me. Um document everything. Document everything. Document everything. Know your child's rights. Um don't go alone. Bring a support person, whether it be your mom, dad, aunt, uncle, neighbor. Um maybe another child has a mom that or dad that understands what you want, and they can be a support, but always go with someone. Um, Practice your voice with faith and authority. And I'm gonna definitely throw scripture in here. God has not given us the spirit of fear. To Second Timothy 1:7. And he hasn't given us spirit of fear, but of love and of a sound mind. So, what I'm saying? Despite, you know, how we might feel scared sometimes. We might feel like we're not being heard or upset. But if we come up with a game plan so we can get ahead of it, then, things will run more smoothly. Okay, so local resources here in New England. So you don't have to do this alone. These local supports are here for you. Um, so these are Massachusetts-based resources. Mobile crisis, um, 1-877-382-1609. Family Resource Center. So you can just look it up on a search engine, and you'll be able to definitely find your local Family Resource Center. Um, PAL, or Parent Professional Advocacy League. They do a lot of parent training and support. So I highly recommend them, and they do other activities as well. And they do a lot of advocacy, not just for parents, but also for children as well. CBHCs, so New Outpatient Behavioral Health Model. Um, Federation for Children with Special Needs. It's great for like IEP help. If you need an educational advocate, um, you can at least get a free consultation where they can kind of go over what's been going on. You put on a referral online, and then they get back to you, and you could kind of talk it out as far as what's been going on, and recommendations, and I find them to be super helpful. DDSD DMH navigators, um, which help with eligibility and services. Faith-based organization, your local church. Definitely reach out to your pastor, deacon, minister, and see how you guys can get connected. Uh, and not sure about the audience out there, if anybody is a family partner or a peer specialist. But the great thing is about a family partner, which is what I am, is the fact that you we bring the lived experience to the table. We've been through it. Um, I can truly say, um, doing it professionally for over 10 years now, and then having my own children. My eldest just turned 21. Um, it's been a journey. It's really been a journey, but you can make it. Okay, so I want to get into, what I bring to the table, what we bring to the table. So my course, Restoring the Family. The course is called Restoring the Family: How to Navigate the Mental Health System. Um, this course is for every caregiver who's felt overwhelmed, ignored, or exhausted while trying to help their child. I teach you how to stand strong in the system and in your faith. The course topics include how to understand and advocate in the mental health system, the power of documentation, creating a care team, faith-based resilience and healing, rebuilding trust with your child. Um, so the outcome, um, you leave equipped, encouraged, and empowered, and trying to build a community, have a Facebook group that I'm hoping that will build some momentum where I can help to encourage, answer questions, and we can support each other because we all have something to bring to the table. Um, offer personalized support for caregivers and for caregivers ready to rise. One-on-one coaching sessions, customized advocacy guide, faith-rooted encouragement, goal setting and follow through. Um, group coaching and mentorship, build a community of strong faith-led women and caregivers, monthly support sessions, access to exclusive tools and printables. Um, let's walk together. And because your breakthrough blesses generations, you know what I'm saying? When we take care of ourselves and we help ourselves and we understand that, hey, you know what? I have a situation going on, I need to take care of that. And we take care of ourselves, we're better we're better able to help others, and we're better able to support our children, our families, and we can help them through their situation, and which will break a lot of generational curses. Now break a lot of stuff that has been bound onto bloodlines and everything like that. Like it's time to do the work, right? Because I feel that it's not just about, I mean, yes, it's definitely about helping one another and helping us through this, but we have to understand there's a spiritual warfare going on. And anybody that sees what's going on in this generation knows that there's a lot of stuff going on. And in order to do that, we must come together and put God in the middle of it and break through all this situations that are going on. Um, so how we stay connected. So I want to thank you guys for even hearing me out. Um, thanks for hearing me out. This is my first, I would say, big presentation with Unbreakable Voices. I did one a few months ago and it went really, really well. Really loved it. And hope to do some more. Um, and guess what? I did this, a little bit nervous, but I did anyway. I was like, I'm just gonna turn it on and do it. I'm just gonna do it. So I want to thank you again for being part of the session today. This is just the beginning. So let's stay in touch. Um, there is a QR code. Um, I have a QR code, but also if you click in my bio, there should be a link to my link tree. So you can definitely connect with me there. Facebook, Facebook, um, all the social media platforms. I'm on most of them. I'm on Facebook, Instagram, and obviously TikTok. So my final encouragement, um, excuse me, being confident of this very thing, that he which hath begun a good work in you will perform it until the day of Jesus Christ. Philippians 1 and 6. So I want to end by saying, you are not alone. You are unbreakable.